Well, tonight, Ontario voted blue in its provincial election. The results, a big majority government for the Progressive Conservatives and re-election for Doug Ford as Premier. Ellen Morrow joins us from PC campaign headquarters in Toronto. So, Ellen, tell us about the results tonight.
Well, Andrew, a huge victory for Doug Ford. It is the norm in Ontario politics for a government to be re-elected, but it is not the norm for the government to be able to expand its majority by so much in its second term. When the legislature was dissolved, the PCs had 67 seats. They're now sitting at 83. So a triumph for Doug Ford. There'll be a lot of analysis in the coming days about how he was able to do it, because remember back to the darkest days of the pandemic, he hasn't always been a very popular premier, but this campaign was dominated by issues like affordability, the cost of living, housing, and he was able to capitalize on those issues. Here's some of what Doug Ford had to say tonight.
If you're a miner in the north who's out of work, I want you to know we're building that road to the Ring of Fire. If you've had to worry about your job at the local auto plant, I want you to know we're investing in the future of Ontario's auto sector. If you're a student who wants to work in the tech sector, we will have a job waiting for you.
And I was in Brampton yesterday, Andrew, not far from here. I spoke to a Ford supporter there, and I asked him, what do you like about Doug Ford? And he said he's a known commodity, and that's important after the last 2 years.
All right, so a very good night for Doug Ford, but where do tonight's results leave Ford's opponents?
Well, a dismal night for the opposition parties, Andrew. Both NDP leader Andrea Horwath and Stephen Del Duca, who was the Liberal leader, announcing they are stepping down. This was Andrea Horwath's fourth election as NDP leader, and she gave an emotional speech tonight.
But tonight, it's time for me to pass the torch, to pass the baton, to hand off the leadership of the NDP. And you know what? It makes me sad, but it makes me happy, because our team is so strong right now.
And as I said, Stephen Del Duca also announcing he's going to step down as the leader of Ontario's Liberal Party. And Andrew, he didn't even win his own seat in the Vaughan-Woodbridge riding. So a dismal night for those two parties, and a lot of soul searching for those two parties coming in the next days and weeks as they figure out who's going to be the next leader of their parties and figure out how they can turn this around in the next election.
Election night, always just the beginning of the story. Ellen Morrow, thank you so much.